In hard racing, you're going to have these incidents.
And then when the race is over and you can no longer retaliate because the checker flag has fallen, you see then he's getting instruction from his team, hey man, let's not do anything crazy.
What's up, guys? This is Motorsports Race Talk with Jordan Balasico. I am here with Corey Huffnagel and Tori Calhoun. Today, my guests are Justin White and Sprint Car Series driver Austin Saunders. That video that you've seen, we will talk about later, is what happened after the race on Sunday. So, Austin, do you mind telling our viewers your background in racing?
Yeah, so I grew up racing. I started racing when I was 3 years old. Started out in flat go-karts. Flat carts, we had like a 50cc weed eater motor. Kind of didn't go very fast, but I started when I was 3 and then kind of moved up the ranks. Took a break from dirt with asphalt for a few years, ran Bandolero and Legend cars, and then got back into the sprint cars, and then we're at where we're at. So
it's pretty awesome. Now, did you partake in Bristol Dirt?
No, sir, I did not.
Okay, that was wild in my opinion. So for those of you who are avid NASCAR fans for many years, Austin not too long ago raced at the Texas Throwback race, and this was Austin's sprint car for that race.
Oh yes, there you go.
I tell you what, that is my childhood right there in one picture.
Yeah,
looks beautiful in that car. So so that was nice here, but then what exactly happened here?
Yeah, so we were having problems with our left rear shock. First night we were all good. Second night out, we're having problems with our left rear shock. We had no compression and we didn't have any spares at the track. We were thinking it was getting over on the bump rubber too hard and popping back up. And I just got in the corner kind of too hard on the left rear and shot me back to the right and jumped the cushion and got up in the wall. So
I'm just like, I'm like, man. So now I noticed the other day you posted on your Facebook about the wing for are you auctioning that off to somebody, or are you going to keep it for a keepsake?
Yeah, me and a few buddies, we've been helping out Ashley with Rowing for Hope charity. I just actually had another post. We're going to do 100% of the proceeds. We're going to give back to her. But actually, I've got it in my room right now, kind of behind me. But I'd like to keep it, but I was going to use some money to put back the car together. But it'd be better to go for a charity, in my opinion. So that's what we're going to do.
I completely agree with that. It's always good to give back to charity. Corey, do you have anything for Austin?
No, not too much that I can pretty much think of. So,
what about you, Justin?
No, sir, not right now.
All right. So you're racing. All right. So you're racing the Bandit series, is that correct?
Yes, sir. We run a few different series. Luckily, Will Eggman helped me out with 360 motor this year, or for the last few races. I had a 410 motor and it blew up earlier this season, and we kind of had a 305, 360, 410 kind of playing back and forth. But the last few races we've been with the Bandits and a 360. So.
Okay. Do you hope to race in the World of Outlaws someday?
That's the plan. We're gonna do everything I can to get to that point. Just gonna be a test to see how fast we can get there. So.
Okay. So did you start out at a local, like at your local hometown track, or did you start traveling with your sprint car team?
Yeah, so sprint cars, we kind of just started out in the hometown, and then we haven't done a huge amount of traveling with the sprint car, but pretty much all over Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, kind of in that area for now.
Okay, so your car was a throwback. What other? So I know there was so was it just your car and then a few other people with throwbacks, like for like the both late models and sprints, or was there quite a few of you guys?
There was a decent amount. I think we had 4 sprint cars. I know there was a Jimmy Johnson, Dale Earnhardt, and then we had I think it was a Lance DeWeese throwback to a Brickyard scheme in a sprint car.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Is there any tracks that you would hope to race at one day, like Knoxville, Eldora, Charlotte, any places like that?
Yeah, I really like the Texas Motor Speedway and then Charlotte dirt track style. Those tracks are really fun. I really want to run at Charlotte, and then Williams Grove would be another big one. I really want to run there.
Okay, yeah, I live in Ohio, and I'm about, I think, like maybe a couple hours from Eldora. So
Okay.
I have been to a dirt race before, but it was like a local track, not too far from where I live. It was called, I think it was 35 Raceway or something like that. They run like the sprints wasn't there that weekend that I went. They have like mini
sprints, micro sprints.
Yeah, yep. Those things, they sound like a little lawnmower going by.
Yeah.
But so I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but also being a dirt racer here, here is the 93 race schedule for the World of Outlaw sprint cars next year. With so you got 93 dates, 43 tracks, 22 states, with the big races being the Dirt Car Nationals, Bristol Bash at Bristol Motor Speedway on the dirt again. You got the historical big one for 100,000 and Kings Royal. So lots of big events coming up next year. To me, I feel like this is the biggest schedule that they've had yet.
Wow.
So
No Florida racing.
No what?
Florida racing.
Yeah, well they still have some to be announced races on there too. So, but like Austin said, Williams Grove in Pennsylvania, I think that's a pretty cool looking dirt track. And I'd actually like to see dirt hit. I'd actually like to see the World of Outlaws hit the Indianapolis Motor Speedway dirt track at some point.
Here comes a big wave.
Now, Austin, did you race any quarter midgets or any midgets or anything like that, like in a Chili Bowl or anything like that?
No midgets yet. I ran the Tulsa Shootout last year in a micro sprint.
It's like fun.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Pete and his mom.
Yeah, they're small, but they rip. They're a blast to drive.
Pete's feet get wet. His feet feel
Tori, you got any questions for a dirt racer?
Oh man, let's see here. First of all, what did it feel like having your car painted in the legendary 24 colors?
Yeah, it was really cool. He was my favorite driver growing up. That was always kind of my favorite scheme that he had, and it was really cool to have it on my car and then be racing it.
Okay. One thing, glad you walked away from, what happened to your car. That's the most important. I was looking at the schedule and Jordan pulled it up when I just walked back. The Devil's Bowl, is that going to be hard?
Yeah, so I'm not planning on running Devil's Bowl, or not planning on running with that Outlaw next year. We're trying to get something that works for the future. But we've ran at Devil's Bowl a few times. It's one of our local tracks, but it's a half mile and it's really fast. It's a really fun racetrack.
Okay. Last question would probably be, or last question for the moment. Given the opportunity, are you willing to move up, or is your passion strictly dirt road racing?
Yeah, so growing up, I always wanted to race in NASCAR. That was always the goal, asphalt racing. And then just kind of got turned on to dirt. It's a little bit cheaper, still expensive, but a little bit cheaper. And I think you can make it on a smaller budget, in my opinion. So that's why I'm going with dirt. But eventually, if I could make it to NASCAR, that would be probably the dream. So.
Okay.
Bob?
I've raced on dirt in a go-kart, and it was not a pretty night either.
So they take turns.
I ended up in the wall at 30 miles an hour, bruising the right side of my rib cage.
It's okay to be
I was coming out. I went to turn 3 a little too hot, came out of 4 way too hot. Instead of hitting the brake, I turned it full right. And I had to go to work the next day. Talk about pain.
How did he fall?
Yeah, I haven't been in a go-kart since. I want to go back again eventually. But so Austin, do you catch any of the NASCAR races?
I try to. I don't. I normally am in the shop working on the car when I have the time, so don't get to watch all of them. But I saw this little last weekend's ordeal with Hamlin.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and start with that. So, Tori,
Yo.
so you see this picture right here?
Yes, I see.
So this was the after the race. The 48 of Alex Bowman won the race. Denny Hamlin over here was being a complete dick, honestly. All
He
because
always
of
is.
all because of this little incident right here. Let's see, where is it? I got it.
Let's see what we
He
got.
continues to try to take the lead from the 11. Oh! The 11 around.
The 11 goes around, and the caution will come out. A restart. Alex Bowman coming out of 4. He's going to win at Martinsville.
How about that?
And this is going to get interesting.
Oh, boy.
Denny Hamlin not happy.
For anybody that wants to think that I was trying to crash him, it obviously wasn't the case considering I literally gave up the lead at Martinsville to give it back to him. So he's been on the other side of that. He's crashed guys here for wins. I hate doing it. Obviously, it's not, I don't want to crash somebody, and I just got in, got loose underneath him and spun him out. So regardless, we get a freaking grandfather clock. It's pretty special. I've struggled here for a long time, so I was trying to get the flag, do a backwards victory lap. Mark Martin thinks that's cool, and Mark Martin's like my hero. So obviously, like I said, hate we wrecked the 11, but man, how about that for Chevrolet and Ally and everybody on this 48 team?
No, this one's
But
not
it's like,
spicy.
why would you try and I seriously thought he was gonna do a full out Cole Trickle, freaking Russ Willer
Yes.
type of
That's
type
what I
of
thought he was going to do, too.
driver on the track backwards and just slam full throttle into the 48.
Yeah.
Is it white
I was about to like, oh lord. And then
Is it
but yeah,
small?
and then what Hamlin said
Well, do you think
after
it
the
goes here?
race, I say just suck it up and go on the race.
Yeah.
He's just a hack. He's just an absolute hack. He gets his ass kicked by his teammates every week. It's just, he's terrible. He's just terrible, and he sees one opportunity and he takes it. But obviously, he's got the fastest car every week and he runs 10th. So he didn't want to race us there. We had a good clean race. I moved up as high as I could on the racetrack to give him all the room I could, and he still can't drive.
To be that close with the day you guys had, to come from the back, how much more frustrating does that make it to get cleaned out, in your opinion, there at the very end?
I didn't hear what you said.
To have the day you guys had coming from the back like you did, does that make it worse at the end?
No, I mean, we got in, we did what we had to do, but I just wanted to race there at the end, and just, he's just terrible.
Thanks, Denny.
So let me get this straight. Alex Bowman has 4 wins. Denny Hamlin has 2. How are you going to say the guy sucks at driving when he has more wins this season than you do? You're already in the championship 4. Why try to take somebody else out? Tell me how that makes any damn sense.
Wow. You remember, I think it was last week when I asked you getting to where we are now. When I asked you, I was like, do you believe that drivers are now thinking secure my spot or secure another piece of hardware for the trophy case?
Some beaches have white sand. Some
But it's just
beaches have
like,
dark
but it's
sand.
just like, and the thing
Some
is,
beaches are
Denny
flat.
Hamlin has been in the
Some
championship
beaches
for
are
what,
smooth.
3 times now? Maybe something like that. It's like,
Some beaches
how
have
are you going to
big
call another driver?
cracks.
You know what? I'm not even
Some
going
beaches
there.
have
I'm not even going there.
There
I'm
are
just
different
gonna shut up.
shells
I'm not
on
even
the
going
beach,
there.
too.
But
The beach keeps
telling
changing.
somebody that they can't
The tide
drive,
can be
but yet they won the
high,
race and they got more wins than you,
or it
I can
can
tell you
be
what it is.
low.
It's because he's a car
Which
owner.
has more water
He's letting that
at
go
high
to his
tide
head.
or low.
And on top of that, it's because he's been racing a long time. It doesn't matter how
It
long
looks
you've been
like the
racing.
high tide
If you
has
can
some
win,
water.
drive a car and win,
On the high tide,
and you're
there is
already.
a lot of water.
Man, NASCAR, the Cup, Infinity, truck, dirt racing, it's all like any sport, yo. On any given day, anyone can win. On the field, the ice, the court, the track, it doesn't matter. Because just like I equate when a person gets injured on the field or whatever, I equate that to like if a tire blows out or something like that. You just don't know what the hell's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to get involved in the crash or whatever. No one can't win every race, man. And the sooner drivers, even car drivers that own teams, man, as soon as they get that through their head, shit, everything will be all right. But shit happens, you know what I mean?
Yep, and it's like you said, and Austin Torres says this all the time. His favorite part about the race is you could start dead last and turn around and win the race. He said
that's what makes it so fucking good. I don't care if you start at the pole and win. You're already there. But if you start from the middle or the back and win, that's fucking awesome, man. You can't get no better than that.
Nope. And then Kyle Busch, this guy. No, Corey. Seriously, Kyle Busch has to take sensitivity training before the start of next season.
Oh, wow.
Because of this interview right here.
Well, he drills my ass coming out of 4 for no reason. I mean, where was he going? What was he going to do? Spin me out? He was trying to do a Harvick is what he was trying to do. For what? For second place? To do what? He wasn't going to transfer through with that. Just freaking man. So stupid. I don't understand these guys. I should be out of them right now is what I should do, but that doesn't do me any good either.
Why not? I mean, Crafty yesterday said that's what some of these guys need. With the lack of respect.
I've already had to pay enough fines in my lifetime. I'm sure I'll get another one.
Hey, Tori. Hey, Tori. What was it that Marshawn Lynch said? I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Damn, Kyle. Tell America how you feel. That's what I'm talking about.
Basically he called. I'm not going to say it, but he called Brad Keselowski the R word. So that's why he's got tech sensitive. But yeah, he's got tech sensitive training, but Denny Hamlin doesn't get fined for his actions.
Denny should have got fined.
He should have, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, because if you look at that replay, I mean, I basically seen it like probably the last few times, and yeah, you know, it was 7 laps to go. They were racing hard for the win, and if you looked at when they were going into turn 3, even Bowman said in his defense, you know, he pretty much got loose and spun up on the racetrack. Now, in my opinion, I don't think it was Bowman's fault at all, nor do I think it was Hamlin. I mean, that part right there, I call that racing. You know, those guys were racing hard for the win. And of course, you know, you're trying to get a spot, you know, to get yourself in the championship 4, because of course, you know, it's an elimination race, and of course, we have 4 guys that are trying to get themselves locked in, and you have the other guys that are trying to do whatever they can to win stuff. And the part that after the race that Hamlin did, I thought was pretty much stupid. It's like, bro, you know, you just advanced to the championship 4. Why do this? I mean, I understand he's upset. But I just think that part afterwards, I thought that was just stupid. I mean, like, I just said, for God's sakes, just let the guy celebrate, you know? But no, that was just basically him just sending a message saying, okay, you know, you're going to do that to me. I'll do that to you the next race we're going to race at. So, and then I saw something that I guess now, you know, has NASCAR about to have time, you know, to step in and say, like, you know, where's the respect for you guys? Because I gotta tell you, there's some racers out there right now that kind of don't race with respect. And I'm talking, you know, basically NASCAR in general, you know, because, you know, we've seen like interviews where, you know, some drivers get upset because this guy turned them whatever, and this guy can't even race right or whatever. But that's just how it is, guys. It's racing, you know.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is, it is. So, but all in all, I thought the Cup race on Sunday I thought was good, and I did see a couple crashes which were good, interesting, but the racing in general I thought was fun also. And to make this matter, you know, with Kyle Busch, I did look at that part of the replay and I saw, okay, so I kind of saw that and I thought, all right, it was kind of reminiscent of what Harvick did last year, but it was a little different this time around. But yeah, I mean, good racing this weekend all around.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we've seen a rivalry I never thought we would actually see. Josh Bilicki versus what is his name? Quinn Hawk.
When there's a pace truck on the track, it's a little bit more dangerous to be doing things like that.
And this is why that 5-lap penalty.
Now that part I pretty much accept. I mean, because intentionally turning. So.
Yo, two things real quick. One, was the caution already out? Can somebody answer that for me?
Yeah.
The caution was out, Corey?
Yeah.
Okay, and two, that happened after the caution was out?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's straight intentional, man.
Right.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, the equivalent of a fucking cheap shot.
Right. I mean, there was one time, I think the last time somebody got a 5-lap penalty. Now, correct me if I'm wrong about this one, but the last time somebody got a 5-lap penalty, I think it was 1988 when Dale Earnhardt spun out Jeff Bodine, and of course, that was around the year, when the Earnhardt rivalry pretty much was just, crazy.
I don't remember that. But, that part of history does not exist.
That was the race where Earnhardt got parked for 5 laps, and of course Earnhardt pretty much said on the radio, "Hey, I never touched him" and stuff. And then that was when Bill France and NASCAR had to step in and say, "Okay, guys, listen, this is our show, and we're not going to have you guys fuck it up for us. If you guys get into each other again, we're going to take you out of the race. Whichever guy starts the wreck, I don't care who starts it, you're both going to get pulled off the track." So.
Yep. And so that was the Cup race on Sunday. Friday and Saturday we had. No, actually, it was Saturday we had the trucks in Xfinity. Now, Corey, did I not say last week on the Tori? Did I not say last week that Noah Gragson has to race his way in? Correct.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Going into the race, he was 24 points below the cut line. He raced his ass off, and look what happened.
Cedric mentioned how badly he wanted a grandfather clock. What will he do in 3 and 4? Up the racetrack goes Noah Gragson. Here comes Cedric to the inside. It's a drag race. Cedric and Gragson's going to win.
Hell yeah, dude.
24 points below the finish. 24 points below the cut line, and this was his reaction. Not that one. Here it is.
Nice. Very nice.
Hey, Tori, you ever seen somebody shotgun a beer?
Yeah, I stone cold them bitches. That's the only way I can drink beer. Go for it. Let me see.
Ladies and gentlemen, Noah Gragson.
Hell yeah.
I tell you what, I take back my pick. I may be an AJ Allmendinger fan, but Noah Gragson deserves that damn championship on Saturday.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. Flip-flopping.
Yeah. Hey, the thing is, the number 9 is historic in NASCAR for Bill Elliott.
Yeah.
The number 9.
Bill Elliott.
Chase Elliott has won a championship in the 9 car. Who else has won a championship in the 9 car?
Bill Elliott.
Didn't he? Bill Elliott, yes. But I'm talking about modern era in that 9 car in the Xfinity series.
I know Tyler Reddick did it, I think, in like 2018 in Xfinity, yeah.
Yep.
I think that's all.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the truck series I was talking about. Never mind.
Right.
Scratch that.
But anyway, so you just look at you look at that Xfinity race on Saturday. I pretty much just say that as a statement win because you just look at Noah Gragson in general. I mean, he did come into the race 24 points below the cut line. And yeah, I would say it was pretty much a must win and everything else and so forth. But just take a look at his stats, at the start of the year. 32nd at Daytona, 28th on the Daytona road course, 33rd at Homestead, top 5 at Vegas. Okay, not bad. 39th at Texas, 4th at Atlanta, 2nd at Martinsville, 6th at Talladega, 4th at Darlington, 15th at Dover. 36th at Coda, 27th at Charlotte, 40th at Mid-Ohio, and then a string of top 10s between Texas and Atlanta, 14th at New Hampshire, another string of top 10s at Watkins Glen through Daytona, and then he gets the first two wins at Darlington and Richmond. So if you look at Noah's season as a whole, this team should have won basically 4 wins. And the only race, the one race I'm talking about the most is Homestead. If you guys remember the Homestead race in February, he should have had that race won. If he hadn't had that problem with the lap car, which of course the lap car slid up the racetrack after cutting a tire while Noah was running on the high line, boom, Noah would have been winner, hands down, no question about it. But you look at the race on Saturday night, the one other part that I kind of noticed, and coming to the checkered flag, I pretty much said, as Austin Cindric was coming in on the inside, I said to myself, this is pretty much going to be Bristol all over again when Cindric was beating the hell out of Allmendinger. But no, those guys raced clean side by side coming to the finish. And somebody on the group chat, I think, messaged on Saturday, like after that was over, and they said, mad respect for Cindric racing clean coming to the start-finish line. And yeah, I agree. I definitely agree on that. And I'm going to probably end with this. So the race on Saturday, it was basically a statement win for Gragson. And I just look at the championship 4 going into Phoenix on Saturday. You got 2 of the guys that have won multiple races this year, Allmendinger and Cindric. Then you have another guy who's already won 4 races. He's on a tear so far, which is Noah Gragson. And now you have a guy that's coming in, hasn't even won a race in his career. And of course, he's going to colleague racing next season. And my biggest surprise is what if Hembrick comes in, wins the race in the championship? Think about how big upset that would be. And honestly, I would probably be surprised. I wouldn't even be surprised if anybody either picks Hembrick to win the title. Because I would say,
hey, Corey,
what's up?
Who's there? Who's in championship 4 and's never won?
Which series?
You were just talking about it. I think it's in Xfinity Series.
Okay, so Xfinity Series, you have AJ Allmendinger, Austin Cindric, Daniel Hemrick, and Noah Gragson.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the guys that are going to be battling it out for the championship. And I got to tell you, my 2 picks, I thought I was going to have I was going to pick either Allmendinger or Cindric for the championship. But now I'm kind of leaning towards Noah Gragson, and I'm thinking to myself, this kid's coming in with pretty much big momentum right now. And I think that win pretty much proved them that, okay, this isn't your championship to win. Don't forget about me because, I could also be a threat for winning this championship. So, but honestly, I think the Xfinity Championship, I think is going to be very interesting to watch. If not, pretty much the Cup Series Championship on Sunday and the Truck Series race on Friday.
I think I had told Jordan weeks ago that as far as the Xfinity Series is concerned, I think this year's winner, and I'm not piggybacking off you, Corey, but seriously, I figured it was going to be someone that has never won before.
Right.
Like, no joke, because I think if you win, not necessarily consecutively, but just say you win, I don't know, 2 out of the last 5, you might not be as hungry as the next man coming up, Just like you said, he has all the momentum coming in. Can he stay focused? Can he still have that hunger he had this past weekend? We're going to find out.
Yeah.
I got to give it to Hemrick. I stayed in Hemrick's room in North Carolina when I was racing legend cars, and I ran for his dad, or his stepdad, and then his mom. But I got to give it to him. He's a great kid. I'm really hoping he can get this and really set him for the future.
Oh yeah,
I really hope so too. And quite honestly, like if he doesn't win this weekend, especially with Joe Gibbs, I have a good feeling that I think he could have a good opportunity winning next year for college racing because You see what Kaulig Racing's done this year, and especially the fact that, how they've been doing on the super speedways. I'd probably say the last 2 years or so for it. I mean, quite honestly, I think Hendrick's got a good opportunity winning at that team next year. But the only question is for their lineup next year, and I know that AJ Allmendinger is going to be back next year. It's just the only question is, are they going to have a 3-car team next year, or they're going to have a 2-car team? Because remember, the 10-car is kind of up in the air after this weekend because we don't know if they're going to run 3 cars next year, depending on if the 10-car is going to have sponsorship or whether if Jeb Burton's going to be back with that team next season.
Hey, Corey.
What's up?
Don't forget, Matt DiBendetto's still out there.
I'm really hoping now. I'm really hoping Kaulig Racing picks him up next year. I mean, I don't care if he does either a part-time role for the Cup Series or a full-time gig in the Xfinity Series, but listen, I really want this kid to have a ride next year. I really, really do. And quite honestly, it's pretty much up to Kaulig to decide whether if they want to go for this kid. But listen, I'm not saying, he shouldn't have a ride, but I'm really saying, I really hope he stays in the sport. And I'm hoping he takes whatever ride he can get,
And speaking of Matt DiBendetto, he actually deactivated his Twitter account today.
Oh, really?
He said the main reason why is because people are just plain mean on Twitter. You could say one thing and they'll just start being all negative and stuff and political and stuff like that. He's not for that. Basically, he stated this. This is what he stated on Instagram. He posted on Instagram that he deactivated his Twitter, which I kind of saw that coming because especially with that thing that Chris shared. That. I'm not going there. I'll say that for Chris tomorrow. But basically, he said, yes, I deactivated my Twitter. Sad to see division in our world, how bad it's getting. I love all the people, even those who completely opposing views, because that's been the beauty of our country. I at least had to throw my Princess Cup. My family got me a gift in the video to have something lighthearted. It's basically because people were saying some mean stuff on Twitter, so he deactivated.
Right. Yeah, and I just look at social media. I mean, social media is just, I don't know, depending on what you post and everyone else posts and stuff. Yeah, I just don't really follow that stuff in between. It's just, I don't know, it's just too much drama the way I look at it. So
that's why that's why I extend anything political. I just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah,
bro.
I kind of learned my lesson last year, so I just keep my mouth shut now.
I don't jump in either, bro. I say what I gotta say. Shit, you ain't gotta agree with me. I ain't gotta agree with you.
Hey, so check this out, guys. So you know how Halloween was over the weekend, right? So we had this on the middle of Martinsville.
We got a jack going down the back straightaway.
That belongs to Harrison Burton, guys. He left with the jack still under the car.
Now it's starting to feel more like Halloween.
Yeah, he's in trouble for that.
Yeah. And then old Ty Gibbs had a little incident with your winner, Noah Grayson.
Easily clearing the 9 car. The 9 trying to fit that hole.
And a bump right there. Ty Gibbs goes around. Breaks it around past him. And the caution comes out to 20. Has to check up.
It's like, damn, you gotta love short track racing.
Yeah.
And then we had the truck race on Saturday.
Yes.
Tori, look at this finish. Look at here's the picture. Here's a picture of the finish.
Are you shit? That's the finish?
So check this out. Oh, I have the finish. So check this out.
I remember that.
Let's go.
Overtime at Martinsville for a chance to race for the championship.
There's a squeeze beginning already.
He's there. Can you drive it down in there and hold him down? Oh, you got him loose. Some contact now. Zane Smith on the inside, making it 3 wide. Remember, Smith's got to win. Is he going to put it in there? You can hit those, both of them, and get the lead. Zane Smith, it's 3 wide as they come to the line. The white flag is out. Gilliland spins. And the caution is out.
Wait, did they take? Is that it? Did Zane get it? Because
Zane Smith is the winner. Crossed the line and taken the white flag, and the next flag wins it, and that is Zane Smith. Wow.
Did we just see what we just saw? Man, I'll tell you what, from last year, I haven't been able to sleep right all year, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to win the damn thing.
Crunch.
Damn, yo, nobody didn't get hurt, did it? Damn.
But hey,
Yeah.
talk about championship up for grabs. Look at that. That's how you finish a damn race.
Yeah,
Hey,
I agree.
Rubbin' Sun. Hey, like Harry Hodge once said, Rubbin' Sun is racing.
There you go.
Days of Thunder, baby.
Yes, sir. But I did end up watching the truck race on Saturday. If you can pull up that picture of the finish. Okay, so this is what happened on the final lap. So I thought the caution waved before they took the white flag. So looking at the replay, you can pretty much see right here, Todd Gilliland crosses the finish line, spunning out, whatever. And then that's when NASCAR said, okay, he crossed the finish line, we're going to throw out the yellow. And that's when I looked at the replay, I said, okay, so this makes total sense. But I'm actually kind of bummed, Stewie didn't make the championship 4. And he was close, winning on Saturday. I mean, if he didn't make contact right at the end, and of course, hits the wall going into turn 1, whatever. But my biggest surprise was pretty much Zane Smith winning the race and advancing to the championship 4. And quite honestly, I didn't even have Zane Smith make it to the championship 4. And you look at his finishes this year, this is what they are. You got 16th at Daytona, 40th on the road course, 2 top 10s between Vegas and Bristol Dirt. Then you have 14th at Richmond, 7th at Kansas, 16th at Darlington. String of top 10s between Coda and then Pocono, 14th at Knoxville, and then 6th at Watkins Glen. But you just look at his finishes in the playoffs. You have 35th at Gateway, 9th at Darlington, 8th at Bristol Dirt. No, not Bristol Dirt, Bristol, I'm sorry. 29th at Vegas, 33rd at Talladega. And then, of course, he ends up coming with the walk-off win at Martinsville. So I look at this team as a whole right now, and I say to myself, okay, you look at the team last year, they won 2 races. Now, this year, they only have 1. But if you just look at the difference, Zane Smith and that team hasn't been performing the same as what they were a year ago. But now to compete with Matt Crafton, Ben Rhodes, and John Hunter Nemechek, I don't know. I think I would probably say he's pretty much the sleeper, to win this championship this year. The way I kind of see it, I think it's going to come down between either Nemechek or Matt Crafton to win the title. And I look at Ben Rhodes also. I mean, given the fact that he's won the first 2 races at Daytona, one on the oval and the road course, I think he's another one that could quite possibly be a dark horse, maybe sleeper, if you add it. Because you look at Ben Rhodes' stats this year, too. I mean, yeah, some of his runs, have been okay after Daytona, but he hasn't been really lighting the world on fire as expected.
That's true. But it's like when I seen this, I was like, well, hell, that should have been the finish right there.
Yeah, that should have been.
See, now when I first
waving the checkered flag, that would have been awesome.
Now, when I first saw that, and I was the checkered flag, I was like, sweet, Todd. I was like, sweet, Stewie's in. Then I was like, oh, damn.
Stewie was in, man. I was hoping he was in.
I tell you what, though, he's a dirt track champion this year.
Yes, sir. My man Stewie goes all around, and it's funny because the guys on Fox would always say, like, he'd run a dirt modified race at this track, or he'll run a dirt modified race at this track the next week or whatever it is. He's pretty much dedicated the way you look at it, depending on where he goes. But, man, it's a shame that he's not in, but I'm really hoping he can win before the season's out. If not, maybe next year, because I look at Stuart Friesen's runs this year in the playoffs. I mean, the first few races, I thought he did great. And everybody thought he was going to make it in pretty easily. And then, you get to Martinsville. And then that pretty much just fell right out the window. So.
And then one of your members in one of the Final 4 championship contenders, John Hunter Nemechek, had an earlier incident in the race.
Trying to make the pass and then clipped by Austin Self in the 22.
I mean, John Hunter went super low on the back straightaway. I mean, that was like 4 lanes down.
I tell you, so
yeah,
it's going to be so for the truck. My champion is Zane Smith.
My champion is Matt Crafton for the trucks.
Yeah, Mine would be mine's still going to be Nemechek, even though right now in the playoffs he hasn't been really lighting the world on fire. But I'm really hoping that Friday, I think he can get his feet back up on the ground, and of course, hopefully can win the championship this year. But we'll just have to see. I mean, I think it's going to come down to all four of those guys that are going to battle it out for the title, and I think it'll be fun to watch too. But going back to that, when John Hunter Nemechek crashed on Saturday, immediately I thought he's out. There's no way he's going to come back from that. But luckily he made it in. I think by I think 15 points or whatever, depending on how many points he made it in. But no, John Hunter's still going to be my championship pick. Depending on even though he hasn't had the best run so far in the playoffs, but we'll just see how it all plays out.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Okay. And then for the Cup Series, I got to go with Larson. It's going to be down between Larson and Elliott.
Larson's my pick for the Cup too.
Yeah.
So all through the guys that no matter if I would have picked Allmendinger or Noah Gragson, all my champions are driving a Chevy.
Do you know what this is?
All right. So Zane for truck, Larson for Cup. It's gonna be between AJ and Gragson for the Xfinity Cup. Xfinity Cup.
Yeah, I'm gonna say for Xfinity. I mean, I was gonna go with those two guys, but the fact that Gragson, had that walk-off win in Martinsville, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go with momentum right now. I'm gonna say Gragson wins the title in Xfinity.
Yep. And like Austin said, hey, him could win it too. I mean, it's anybody's title.
Right. I think, and not only that, I think the Xfinity Championship will definitely be very fun to watch, because if you look at it, I think all those guys, I think if you add up how many wins Gragson, Allmendinger, and Cindric have, I think they have like 15 wins like all together. You look at it. And then you have the one guy who hasn't won a race in his career, and like I said, think about if Daniel Hemrick wins the race in the championship on Saturday.
And you know what? I mean, hell, he could finish second and still win the championship without winning. Matt Kemp was the last driver to win a championship without winning a race.
Right, exactly. And not only that, we can see a whole lot of scenarios that'll go in on Saturday. I mean, we could have pretty much a non-playoff driver win the race, and then whichever the championship 4 driver has the highest finish, could still win the championship. And I think the last time that happened, I want to say that was in Xfinity, I think in 2017, because I remember when, I think Cole Custer just slaughtered that race, and then William Byron ended up winning the championship that year. So, and again, we haven't seen that in a long time, because now the perspective is in this whole playoff format is you just have to win the race to win the championship, because you're not going to hang around in the back most of the day, or you're not going to run second. You're just going to have, and this is what's going to happen in all 3 series this weekend. I think all 4 of the championship 4 drivers are mostly going to run up front and stay up front. Oh, and also don't forget too, we also have practice and qualifying this weekend. So we're not going to do the, metric format, where everyone's all going to start and everything. But I would say this for a little bit of a suggestion. I think for the championship 4, I think you should have all 4 of the championship 4 drivers start in the back, and then just pretty much have them make their way up to the front, and then everybody else just qualify from there on out.
Hey, yo, I jumped in on a hell of a good point, Corey. That was awesome. That was awesome what I just heard. I don't even know what you guys said before it, but that last was so good. Top 4 in the back, everyone disqualified from their own forward. That is awesome. That is the true meaning of everyone starts off equal.
Right. But just remember, what was it? I think last year when Chase Elliott won the championship, he had to start in the back because of an unapproved adjustment, and that pretty much just turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep. So in the truck series tour, we were talking about who the champion for each series is going to be. So in the trucks, their championship 4 is John Hunter Nemechek, Matt Crafton, Zane Smith. There's one more I'm forgetting. And Ben Rhodes. Of those 4, who will be your champion for the truck series?
I'm gonna roll with Bill Rhodes.
Okay.
No reason why. I'm just gonna roll with that.
All right, and then for Xfinity, we got Noah Gragson, Austin Cindric, Daniel Hemrick, who has no wins this year, and
Right.
AJ Allmendinger. Who's your champion?
I'm going with the man who has not won not one damn race this year, because it would be I can't think of the word, but it would be very good for the Xfinity Series to have someone who has never won to be standing at the end with the piece of hardware that matters the most. I'm gonna roll with him.
And the fact is, Tori, he's never even won an Xfinity race all his entire career.
I rest my case.
So could you imagine
rest
winning a
my
championship
case.
without even winning a race? That'd be phenomenal. And then for the Cup race, you have Larson, Elliott, Truex, and Hamlin.
Oh no! Oh shit! And I gotta pick one. Oh, that sucks, man. I'm rolling with Chase Elliott.
Okay.
I'm rolling with Chase Elliott.
Okay, defending champion. We have not had a back-to-back champion since 2007 with Jimmy Johnson.
My boy.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yes, I'm rolling with Chase.
But what's crazy is we have two of the most popular Cup Series teams going neck and neck, two of their drivers. Hendrick versus Gibbs.
Yeah.
It's going to be
yeah.
fantastic. And then today, and then today the schedules are there, but the times and networks are. So for the first time in NASCAR history, USA Network will broadcast NASCAR racing.
Yep.
Yes.
So what happens if we have to race on a Monday night on USA Network and goes head to head with Monday Night Raw?
That's gonna be a good question.
Oh
boy.
shit!
Oh boy.
Do we move it to Peacock?
Sorry, Vince, you're not getting the ratings.
So here is the let me take this stupid ticker away. So here's the schedule and the Truck Series. So the Truck Series has 16 night races next season. 16.
Okay.
We got Daytona, Vegas, Martinsville, Bristol Dirt, Darlington, Kansas, Texas, Charlotte, Sonoma. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Sonoma's back on the schedule for the Truck Series.
Night racing? Oh, time difference. I'm stupid.
Yeah, time. Yeah. Because 4
my
hours
bad.
apart,
Ignore me. I'm surprised they're not. I'm surprised they're not racing Gateway at night. That's a shocker right there.
Yeah.
Then you got Knoxville, and Nashville. Ooh, Nashville under the lights. And then you got Lucas Oil Raceway, the return to Indianapolis Raceway Park.
Yep.
Richmond, Kansas, Bristol, and Phoenix all under the lights.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's weird. Honestly, it's weird seeing Mid-Ohio on there, Sonoma on there. It's weird, But it's nice to see Lucas Oil Raceway back on the NASCAR schedules.
Yeah, but then yet again, it's also good, for the trucks to go to new venues.
Oh,
that
yeah,
they've
definitely.
raced at before. And, of course, going back to Sonoma for the first time since, 98, I think that's awesome. And then, of course, going to Coda again and then, going to Lucas Oil Raceway. I thought that was awesome when they brought Lucas Oil Raceway.
But yeah, and hey, I'm an hour and 9 minutes away from Mid-Ohio.
Yep.
Think about that.
You can go to a race there next year, pretty much, if you think about it. But the one part I looked on the Truck Series schedule, which was kind of weird, was Homestead being an afternoon race, which I thought, Homestead has lights. I really think the truck should have ran under the lights at Homestead, which I thought that would have been good. But then yet again, we got the Bristol Dirt race coming up in April, so hopefully that'll be a nice race, which, we had both races on Monday this year. And other than that...
And another track with lights, Atlanta with lights.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see the track.
Atlanta being reconfigured next year, too. That'll be very interesting.
I'm going to tell you this right now, Corey. It is going to be a hot Daytona mess at Atlanta.
Oh, and honestly, and let me just say this. If we have qualifying next year, right, think about this. We could possibly have that old qualifying record, broken. Because in the Cup Series, Jeff Bodine holds the record of 197 miles an hour back when it was the current Atlanta well, not the current Atlanta before it was reconfigured to now. That's pretty much how it is and so forth. But oh man, I'm really looking forward to that. And of course, with the banking exchange, it's going to be interesting to see how the racing is going to be there. And quite honestly, I kind of thought about this. I said, okay, if they can do this to Atlanta, maybe we can probably do this like maybe like Texas or Charlotte. Or maybe, Vegas or wherever it is. I mean,
You've been pushing for Charlotte hard too, Corey.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing I can pretty much think of. But I don't know. I definitely want to see how Atlanta plays out with this new reconfiguration, and and if it turns out to be a success, why not do it at all the other tracks, with mile and a halves?
Hey, okay. Talladega, listen up. Put lights at your track. I want to see some night racing at Talladega.
I hope so. I really hope so. That would be awesome if they did that.
Legendary tracks like that, man. You just it surprises me that they haven't done that already, man.
So I have breaking college football news. Your top 4: Georgia, Georgia, Alabama, Michigan State, and Oregon. Ohio State's in 5th and Cincinnati's in 6th. I'm not going to comment on Alabama. I'm going to leave that one go. Anyway, moving on.
Dude, that shit sucks.
And then here is the Cup Series schedule for next year. As you can see, it's going to be on FS1 and Fox. Notable races should be that race at Gateway next year. Yeah. And then Gateway, and then what was the other track? So it has been confirmed they are racing the road course at Indianapolis again next year.
Yeah, because I think you probably mentioned they were going to be racing on the oval next year, but then when I looked on the schedule, they're going to be racing on the road course again next year.
Yeah. So I think what it is in 2023 they're going to go to the oval, and in 2024 they go back to the road course. I think what Roger Penske wants to do is try it out for the stock cars on the oval. Right. And the road course, see how well they fare, because they might want to do a Cup Series IndyCar doubleheader. Now that'd be sweet, right, rather than Xfinity.
Yeah.
Rather than Xfinity and IndyCar doubleheader, because honestly, but I think it's gonna be interesting next year. And then we have what we got. See how many night races do we have? That's Xfinity. I'm stupid.
Yeah. There you go.
We got quite a few.
We got the Clash at the LA Coliseum. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Duel at Daytona. Then we got Martinsville. There's a cookie in my face.
Put that cookie down. No.
Phoenix is a Cup night race. Richmond is.
Yeah, the All-Star race is at night too.
Honestly, what I like is Martinsville under the lights. It looks absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I like it.
But the one thing I look at the Cup Series schedule this year, I'm quite disappointed that we're not going to have the Daytona 500 at like maybe 1 o'clock. And this is the only thing. This is the only thing I'm probably going to be pissed about next year. Let's say we have the Daytona 500 again next year, and then it gets interrupted by rain. Now let me ask you this: how many times in the Daytona 500 the last couple of years has it been interrupted by rain?
Every damn
we
year.
saw it this year.
Every
we saw
year.
It last year. We saw it back in 2014, and then I think we saw it in I don't want to say 17. Yeah, 2012. That was when it was. That was when it was rescheduled.
So I got a funny story for you, Corey.
Right.
2012 was my senior year, right?
Okay.
I remember I'm like, damn, like the Daytona 500 is that night on Monday night. So I'm watching it. It's like almost 2 o'clock in the damn morning. I go to school the next day, and my teacher was like, "Hey, did you see the fire on the race last night?" I said, "Yeah." The guy came around and hit the
jet dryer, Juan Pablo Montoya.
Yo.
Yep.
And
I remember that.
I was there.
One of my classmates was like, "How the hell do you hit a jet dryer under a slow motion?" I said, "Because the guy can't drive a stock car."
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah. I mean, I look at I still remember that race too, and they actually had a little documentary on that. I think on like FS1, it was the day remembering the 2012 Daytona 500, and I guess they said after that whole thing happened, NASCAR was pretty much determined to finish the race, and then that's when they had to clean up the whole jet dryer mess, and then they put Tide on it, it was kind of funny because like when they went into turn 3, I can still remember Darrell Waltrip's impression. He said they said never even bobbled, which they went through turn 3 with that whole mess and everything and so forth. But honestly, yeah, I would still be pissed if we get interrupted by rain again. But I don't know. I mean, then yet again, it's not NASCAR's decision. It's basically all the TV partners' decision to decide, what times we're going to put the race on and so forth. But another one that I kind of looked at on the Cup Series schedule is you pretty much have the Nashville race at 5 o'clock, which I think this year, we had it at maybe 1 or maybe 2 o'clock this year. So now we have it at 5.
2
and
o'clock.
So pretty much 5 o'clock here. That would be pretty much 4 o'clock, Nashville time or whatever. But I just look at the schedule for all 3 series next year, and I'm really excited to see all the racing we're going to go to next year. And also, again, I'm really excited that Coda's getting another chance back on the schedule. And it's also funny, too, we're going to have the Cup race at Bristol Dirt on Easter Sunday, which we never had a race on Easter Sunday before, but that's going to be really fun to watch, too.
And Xfinity is headed to Portland International Raceway.
Yes.
So that's
I'm excited about that one.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful track. Like IndyCar races there, it's beautiful track.
Yeah.
But no, that's going to be a very interesting race. I think that's the only change next year besides Mid Ohio not being on the honestly, I would like to see Xfinity go back down to Mexico.
Right, but then yet again, we're adding a new track on the schedule, which makes it pretty awesome, And like I said, let NASCAR go to new venues on the schedule, like wherever we're gonna go. But my big question is, what do you think the odds of Greg Biffle going to be in that race in June?
Hey, the hometown boy. Put him in
I heard Biffle is gonna race in it.
Oh yeah, honestly, either Junior Motorsports or Colleague or somebody better call him up and give him a ride that weekend.
Junior.
Hell yeah.
Motorsports more than likely.
Oh yeah.
Hey, throw him in the 88 car.
Oh, the other guy left.
That's all right.
Absolutely.
That happens.
But no, I mean, I do remember when Xfinity used to race down in Mexico for a couple of years, and there was one race in particular I remember when it was Montoya and Scott Pruitt. They were racing for the win, and honestly, and by God, honestly, Scott Pruitt
in Monterrey, Mexico,
Montoya,
I believe it was
probably one of the best road racers that I've ever seen. And there was the one part where Montoya tries to make the dive bomb into turn 1. Next thing you know, Pruitt comes down and spins himself out, and of course Montoya said, I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I mean, I pretty much was holding my line, but you just look at the list of winners, that was in that raced in Mexico. Truex won the first one in 2005. Then you had Denny Hamlin, and then Montoya, Kyle Busch, and then that was basically it. And then 2009, they just stopped racing there anymore. But no, I mean, I enjoyed that. And then not only that, I also loved when the Xfinity guys raced on the road course in Montreal in 2007. Oh man, 2007. That was my favorite. My favorite Xfinity race was the one when Robbie Gordon, was robbed from the win, and and Harvick ended up winning the race. And yeah, that one was a little controversial, but that was a lot of fun though.
I agree. And then I'll tell you what, this has been a hell of a season.
It all comes down.
Yep.
All comes down this weekend.
Yep. And then over the weekend was also the 6 hours of Bahrain. Here's a couple of the highlights. So here was the start of the 6 hours of Bahrain.
4 and 6 we should go green, and we do. And cars fan out behind in GT, fanning out behind as well. No overtaking in the GT classes before the line though. The Toyota's down into the first corner. 7 goes the long way round the outside of number 8. A lot of changes in LMP2, but
Guido van de Garde looks to have taken.
Throw the ball, catch the ball. We play
So that was the start, and then this was the finish of the 6 hours of Bahrain. Yeah. I don't think I've covered World Endurance this season. Actually, yes, I did.
No, you have not.
No, I have not. Because I keep forgetting about it, honestly.
yes, those pit stops may well have cost them a 1-2 result. That might even have cost them either a first or a second place. However, that is not the case. Checkered flag awaits. And across the line, Kamui Kobayashi for victory. Toyota Gazoo Racing, car number 7, wins again. And it is a 1-2 in Bahrain for TGR. And this crew, Mike Conway, Kamui Kobayashi and Jose Maria Lopez, have now won the last 3 races here in Bahrain. They need to make it 4 of 4 to guarantee the title. GTEM win for the 33 TF Sport Aston. The 4 horseman crew, Ben Keating and Pereira and Felipe Fraga, claim the victory. 31 wins in LMP2. Team WRT, Robin Freins, Ferdy Habsburg and Charles Malaysi add Bahrain to their win in Le Mans and take the lead in the title race.
Also home, the 29 Racing Team Netherlands car to take the LMP2 Pro-Am win. The team there came in just behind the number 7 car, so we wait for the GTE Pro
and
winners.
We're on tenterhooks to find out whether or not it will be a Porsche 1-2 in GTE Pro, as we have been for the last 6 hours, and as we have been for the last 6 hours, expecting very much a Porsche 1-2 in GTE Pro. Here they come. 92 car was never likely to be challenged, except in qualifying, by its sister car 91. They have the points advantage comfortably. Kevin Estre and Neil Charney are 1 race away, potentially, from being world champions. And for Jarni, it will be a 2nd FIA World Championship title in a Porsche, just in very different categories. Alex Wurtz there in the background. You can see bareheaded. A winner here for Toyota.
And then here are your overall class. Here are your class winners.
Oh, wow, Mike Conway.
Overall winner. So, and then
oh hell, I forgot the World Series was on tonight.
Yeah, I knew it was on tonight anyway, so
I'm fixing to go watch it here in a minute.
oh yeah, we're almost done anyway.
I gotta watch my Braves win it.
God, I hope so, man.
Yeah.
They're
we
leading
also
3-0, I think.
Somebody was like, "Hey, will they beat like Atlanta and lose?" I said no. Anyway, so NHRA was in Las Vegas over the weekend as well. So we're gonna cover them real quick, and then that'll be a wrap. Actually. So Steve Johnson won for the NHRA motorcycles. That puts him just 20 points back in the NHRA Pro Stock motorcycle standings. So that puts him 20 points behind. Dallas Glenn won for Funny Car. So that will put him, I'm not sure I have to look that up. You got the legend, 2-time Funny Car World Champion Cruz Pedregon winning as well over the weekend.
Yeah, okay.
It's the 2nd win of the year in the championship hunt. And then you have Steve Torrance for Top Fuel winning. He's a 3 times in a row champion. Can he go 4 in a row? So
hell yeah, you can.
Hell yeah. I mean, John Force has done it. Hell, John Force done it 7 in a row. What am I talking about?
God almighty.
Right? And then it was the 1000th NHRA event.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, who won in the Pro Stock cars?
Dallas Glenn. I said Funny Car. Dallas Glenn won in the Pro Stock.
All right. Thank you.
I don't know why I said Funny Car. I'm stupid. It happens. But so there's Tori.
Yeah, there he is.
I'm on mute. Other than that, there are some quick news and notes. Corey, do you have any latest NASCAR news or anything like that? I got some IndyCar news, and then that'll be a wrap.
All right. So I know last week it was announced that Austin Hill's going to Richard Childress Racing next year, so he's going to be joining Sheldon Creed in that lineup for next season. And I look at that RCR lineup in Xfinity next year. I think that's going to be the team to beat, especially the fact that you have two guys that are coming from the Truck Series that are going to be racing for RCR and Chevrolet and Xfinity for next season. And honestly, I think if you're going to pick a winner, I think probably Sheldon wins first, in that series.
I agree with you, Corey.
Yeah.
Yep, this past weekend also marked the 22nd anniversary of the passing of Greg Moore.
Yeah.
And then, so check this out. IndyCar will now have Sky Sports has landed exclusive IndyCar rights across European markets. So that is fantastic news. IndyCar is going global officially.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So Ryan Hunter-Reay has not announced his ride for next year.
His plans for next year, yeah.
His plans are still up in the air. Speaking of up in the air, this Sunday could mark the final race of the legendary career for Ryan Newman.
Right.
So the question is, does Ryan Newman retire? Does he take a part-time ride somewhere? Or does he go down to the Xfinity or Truck Series next season? Or does he try, go into the modified division like Bobby Labonte has done?
I have no idea.
See, I think what he's going to do is he's pretty much going to retire from full-time racing, and then I think he'll just take like a part-time job, whether if it's in like Cup or Xfinity or wherever he's going to go next year or so.
Yeah, I agree. And he damn near lost his life last year.
I remember that too.
Yep, and walked out 30 days later. Also in IndyCar, so I remember how I was talking about Michael Andretti, Autosport won the F1. That deal has actually fallen. That deal has actually been called off by Sauber.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep. And then IndyCar is testing new engines for next year. So basically, this is why the Andretti Sauber deal fell through. These are the possible reasons why. Mario Andretti's net worth is $130 million. Michael Andretti is $40 million, and Marco is $25 million. So most likely there's not enough money there for the $1 billion deal for to go to F1. So basically, honestly, I feel like this. Just stick with IndyCar. That's what you've done for years. So honestly, like that's honestly my opinion. And also on this date back in 2008, Lewis Hamilton won the first of his 7 championships. There's a killer. I know. And basically, Ferrari thought they had won that championship in 2008, but with Lewis Hamilton's 5th place finish, he actually upset and won the championship. And Ferrari guys, they were pissed.
Yeah.
The fact that and Tora, check this out. F1 is upset with Megan Thee Stallion.
Check this out.
They don't want her back. They don't want her back because of how rude her bodyguard was to
I figured that, man.
Yeah,
I figured that though. I figured that though, man. See, I was talking about that. I was like, excuse me. I was talking about that not only with you but with one of my coworkers, and I was just sitting there like, yo, dude, I understand that it's your job to protect her, but think about it, homie. How many motherfucking people gonna get on the pit road at any fucking major motorsport event? And then the dude had wires everywhere. You should have fucking known that it was an interview. Like, come on. And then She even hit you on the shoulder, like, dude, chill the fuck out. But you know, hey, Justin, Corey, you know the part that tripped me out, though?
What's that?
Yes, sir.
This is going to be racial as hell. I'm sorry. I'm from the South.
Yeah.
But the white dude who was with her had the nerve to push the British man off. I think he told him he couldn't do something. I love the British man response. He was like, yes, I can. And I just did. And I'm sitting there like, dude, do you know how huge this would be for her? You know what I'm saying? And you just fucked that up. And she's from Houston.
Right.
Yeah, I seen that.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm just watching this right now with the bodyguard.
Yeah. Like, come on. It's not like she was out in the stands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
that part was just messed up, you know.
Come on, man. Yo, I'll tell you about it when we get through. But I think I was telling Jordan, I knew something stupid was gonna come from that, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's the guy, the white guy that pushed the British reporter. I saw that part.
Yeah, man, that is just fucking like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, and check this out, Tori and Corey and Justin. The Formula One Miami Grand Prix is sold out. It's sold out within minutes.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It says, it's sold out within minutes. Why the hell do I click on F1 and Denny Hamlin's ugly ass face comes up?
See what?
Oh, it's hilarious.
But yes, it is officially sold out, as it said. So we're down into the final 5 races for F1. So their last triple header is coming up. It's it says right here. Okay, so back in April, I know I'm jumping all over the damn place. That's just me. So basically, F1 will be in Miami for the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
My hometown.
Your hometown?
Miami, Florida.
Nice.
Yeah.
Home of the U.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm a Florida Gators football fan, so
trash.
Sorry, I'm a Seminoles fan.
Even worse. Wait.
Shut up. Shut up. Leave it alone. Let's see.
Florida Gators are going to stop the Seminoles' ass this year.
Who hasn't? These are tough years. You know, Justin, you know what I tell my friends when they ask me, am I still a Seminoles fan? I say, brother, if I can make it through the Chris Ricks years, I can make it through anything. Those were some horrible years. I've never seen a guy who couldn't beat one team, and then you lost to a team twice in 1 year. Oh, wow. That was bad. How is this shit still on the air right here? Fuck. Anyway. Oh, man. But damn, but what Mario Andretti should do is this right here. He should like he's known in that part of the sports world. He should have made some kind of connections over the years that with people who have big dollars, you know, and like, yeah, man, we believe in you. Yeah, I'll pitch in. You know, he can get a deal done. He just need he might just want to be just those three. They might want to just be the only ones calling the shots. But shit, if you really love it, man, open it up. Get some of those big money players in. We know you know people.
I did hear one of them Andretti boys is planning on running the Indy 500. Mario or one of them boys. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, and I think there's I also heard Jimmy Johnson might be running the Indy 500.
He is. He's racing the entire IndyCar season next year.
Oh, so it's confirmed.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
So he only wanted to run the road and street courses this year, but after his Indianapolis Motor Speedway test, he said, "Let's do it full time." So he was actually the fastest. He was actually the fastest in the rookie test in that car.
Oh wow!
So he went to his.
I'm calling it right now. Jimmy Johnson finishes in the top 6 next season. This season coming up.
Actually, no, he'll win it, and he'll be the second driver. He'll be the third driver to win the 500, the Indy 500, and the Daytona 500.
Oh, wow.
The others was
I mean,
AJ Foyt and Mario
That's
Andretti.
crazy.
I'm calling it right now. Jimmy Johnson wins the Indy 500 this year.
I'll take it. I will take it.
Yeah,
I will take it.
Yeah. So before we sign off, I got some latest motorcycle racing news.
Oh, yo, check real quick. This is what I was doing the whole time, guys. Hold on. Can I turn my camera around? I don't know.
I don't think
Well,
you can.
here, I'll just show you.
Oh, damn.
That's it. I'm coming to eat.
I'm coming to your place,
It looks good. I haven't ate all day, so.
Hell yeah, bro. I'm gonna saute them shits in the juices that the steak left. Hell yeah. But the only reason why I'm doing it, man, is because the season premiere of The Curse of Oak Island is tonight. I love that show.
Oh shit, I watched that too. But tonight I'm watching baseball.
Oh, who you pulling for?
Braves.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think I'm going to
sir.
go with the Braves. I don't care at this point who wins. I just want to see Atlanta win.
Houston ain't gonna win. They haven't won yet.
Yeah.
I would love to cheer for Houston, man, but they didn't voluntarily turn those rings back in, and everyone knows, you fuckers
They're
cheated.
playing in Houston tonight.
I ain't worried about it.
Okay, y'all.
I'm sorry.
Y'all good. So Honda Racing Corporation this past Saturday, Mark Marquez, while preparing for the Algarve GMP with one of his strained off-road training sessions, suffered a fall that caused a slight head concussion. After a few days of rest at home, seeing that he was still unwell. Today, Marquez has been assessed by doctors in a medical checkup to evaluate his current status. As a precautionary measure, this coming weekend, Marquez will not compete in the Algarve Grand Prix. So well wishes to him.
Yes, sir. Get better, yo.
So final thoughts. Championship weekend. Oh, and not to mention the 24 hours of Sebring is coming up soon. Samantha Tan will be in that race.
I'm going to that. I'm about 15 minutes from Sebring.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Hey, Jordan.
Breaking news.
Go.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Let's go.
Myatt Snyder has been tapped to drive full-time in NASCAR Xfinity Series for Jordan Anderson Racing in 2022.
Ooh.
Jordan
Oh,
Anderson
nice.
goes full-time.
Wow.
I would clap, but my hands are kind of full.
That's good.
Hell yeah.
That's good. That's good too. I like that.
Talk about breaking news, right?
Like for real, bro.
He's the son of Maury Snyder, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened about 30 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see.
I see where Andy Lally returning for the road course races.
Yeah.
But yep, Jordan Anderson Racing is full time.
Hey Jordan, what team won the fuck, I don't know the exact name of it. Where it's like Mercedes, Rolex, and all that shit. The team competition. You know what I'm talking about?
Formula One.
Fuck. Is that it?
Yeah, was between Mercedes. Oh, that season's not over with yet.
Okay, because remember last week.
Yeah, they still got 5 races left.
Okay.
But yep, that was some lit. But now, on to final thoughts for this upcoming race weekend.
Okay.
Corey, 60 seconds, go.
I think we're in for a really good weekend, and quite honestly, I definitely want to see some excitement this weekend. And not to mention, I'm sad that the racing season's going to be over after this weekend, but really looking forward to 2022 and only less than 90 days until the clash at LA Coliseum.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
I'm going to that. Not the Coliseum, but the other races, Daytona.
Hell yeah. I ain't got nothing to say too much except we will see possibly new faces holding the final hardware. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I'm actually wishing, not praying, because if you pray, it might fuck up. But anyway, wishing for no accidents, clean finishes, and make. Yes, sir. And real quick, hey boys, these steaks look done.
Yeah, they look done.
I had to throw that in there. Sorry, but hell yeah, it's gonna be tight this weekend. Very tight.
Is it my turn?
Yes, sir.
Justin, 60 seconds.
Yeah. I'm just ready to see some good action, clean racing. No wrecks, no nothing. Just some good racing out of the contenders.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I gotta say.
Yep, same. So Gregson is your 2021 Xfinity Series champion. Zane Smith is your 2021 Truck Series champion, and in the Cup, it's going to be down. It's going to be down to Elliott and Larson. So one of those two guys will be your 2021 Cup champion. So it's going to be phenomenal.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So your start time for the races this weekend: truck is Friday night at 8. Saturday is 8:30 p.m. Damn it, I've been working. And then Sunday is 3 p.m. for the Cup Series finale.
Yes.
So, Rick Hendrick on Alex Bowman. If he's a hack, I'd like to have more of them.
Like I just seen a YouTube thing. Xfinity truck and cup haulers are on the way to Phoenix right now.
Yep. Speaking of Phoenix, our colleague John is driving Mike Harmon Racing's hauler down to Phoenix this weekend.
Oh, okay.
My buddy John's driving
not Mike Harmon, I'm sorry.
Bulicki.
Romaine Racing. However how you say it.
Okay.
My buddy John's driving Bulicki's cup car hauler right now to Phoenix.
All right.
Oh, nice.
I could have gone with him, but I chose not to.
Also, some other breaking news. Damn, this just keeps coming in. You know what? I'll save it for the Speedway review. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So this will be the final send-off, okay? Veteran crew chief Matt McCall has joined Roush Fenner Racing and will lead Brett Keselowski in the number 16 next year.
That's good.
Good
move. I see Brad winning him a championship again with the 6.
How soon? Justin, how
next
soon?
Year.
Next year.
Okay.
I mean, I definitely want to see how that team does next year. You know,
because he has Kurt Busch as crew chief.
Right.
Oh shit! Okay.
We'll definitely see how it is next year for Roush Fenway and Keselowski. I hope they can get a win, maybe 1 or 2 wins, but we'll see how they fare out next year.
But yeah, so Tori,
right there. What's up, brother?
Yes.
Justin, awesome show tonight, boys.
Most definitely.
Appreciate it.
Corey, I will see you tomorrow night on the Speedway review.
Yes,
to everybody else watching, until next time, I'm Jordan Balasico. We out.
Peace. Get these shit.